Outsiders remain deeply sceptical about the climate scam, which in reality is just an excuse for greedy renewables investors to carry on ripping off the taxpayer, while the poorest and most vulnerable in our communities get shafted. We have repeatedly tried to remind the Liberal and National parties that they are in power because of, not in spite of, the vast constituency of conservative, quiet, mainstream Australians. But I was thrilled this week when, ever so belatedly, the Prime Minister Scott Morrison made probably his most insightful speech of the last 18 months. The irony is he was forced to make it because Boris Johnson didn't invite him to speak at this weekend's Climate Ambition Summit. The joke is Scott Morrison had already given up our Kyoto credits, nice, thanks, in order to give himself something to skite about at the summit. Complete waste of time. Even poor old Jacinda Ardern, who curried favour with the climate cult this time a year ago by slagging off Australia, she didn't get invited either. But finally, it would appear Scott Morrison has learnt a valuable lesson, perhaps the most valuable lesson about pandering to the globalist elites. When Zali Steggall, the MP for Warringah who made little schoolchildren cry in terror about climate change in order to get elected, tried to humiliate the Prime Minister about not speaking at the Climate Gabfest, his reply was perfect.
Leaders around the world are speaking at the COP26 Ambition Summit this Saturday to honour their commitment to act to stay within 1.5 degrees. Is it correct that as a result of your government's failure to commit to increase its ambitions and do what it takes to stay within 1.5 degrees, you're not invited to present at the COP26 Ambition Summit?
The Prime Minister has the call.
Mr Speaker, I can assure you of this, that Australia's climate and energy policy will be set here in Australia, in Australia's national interests, not to get a speaking slot at some international summit, Mr Speaker. The only approval I seek for the policies of my government, Mr Speaker, is the Australian people. That's it, Mr Speaker. That's it. The only people I answer to in this place, Mr Speaker, is the Australian people. And our government stands to serve the Australian people. Whatever country that may be, that may seek to impose whatever position on this country, Mr Speaker, Australia's policy will always remain sovereign within our borders and nowhere else.
Bravo. Let us hope that Mr Morrison and his team remember those fine words next year, when the sinister Great Reset looms onto the political agenda.